What if I told you you could have pictures on your wrist? Well, I could do that with my Apple Watch and a lot of smartwatches, but what if I told you you can do it in 2008? That might be interesting. Just like this is interesting, a sealed, never opened VistaQuest Wrist View. It's a combo pack where you get a 7 megapixel camera as well as a wristwatch that not only tells your time, but you can display images on. And I have had a hard time finding anything about this. It seems the only thing I could find for it is an old ad from Walmart advertising this for sale. Doesn't tell anything other than the box, 7 megapixel, 2.4-inch LCD display, records video, and you can store 60 pictures on the watch. And then some Japanese websites that talk about the VistaQuest line of cameras that were really just cheap cameras, maybe geared toward children or brand new photographers who didn't want a good camera, right? They want to spend big money for a camera, so they just wanted a digital camera. So I have this. We're going to open it up. Before I do, I want to talk about some fears with this because this video can go multiple ways. I haven't opened this up yet. It's still sealed. I could open these up and they could just be dead, and all we're going to be doing is looking at it. They could be horribly corroded with the batteries, and this could turn into a restoration video, which I kind of think we might, because the box, it looks dirty, but it's not on the outside, right? There's some sort of film or buildup on the inside of this blister pack, and that concerns me. Or the third course of action is everything works perfectly over 20 years later. Let's find out. All right, well, here it is, still sealed. So it advertises download pictures to your watch from any computer. Holds 60 photos. Right there, you can see it. View 60 favorite photos quickly. Digital and analog time, plug and play. It is a VistaQuest 7 megapixel camera, 2.4-inch LCD display, and it records video. Not much on the back, but you kind of see this. Maybe, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. That is what concerns me. I don't know if it's just dust, mold, I don't know. But let's open this up and see what we got. I'm going to try to not cut any of the cardboard. I want to save as much of this as I can. There we go. Let's try that. So, first time since 2008. Let's get this opened. Okay. Ooh, crusty batteries. I see them already. And something ripped. I don't want to rip the packaging because I really liked this little anamorph style thing from the camera up. That was really cool. Okay, all right, so that came out good. There is just a sticker on the screen. We will save that. And it looks like there's one more thing of instructions in here that is taped for some mysterious reason to the inside of the packaging. So there's that. Here is our culprit. This is a Gassner brand battery that is certainly gassed off. What's the expiration date on this? Can I see? Nope. I see no. Oh, it expires in December of 2012. So that's wonderful. So the good news is the camera is perfectly fine. So it does take AAA batteries. It's just, oh, thank God, screen protector on it. Perfect. So I think at least the camera is great. So we have the camera, bunch of documentation here, which I'll read over. Maybe we'll learn something more about this. USB, this must be for the watch. USB for the camera. Perfect. Video out. Wow, that is pretty fancy. And this is for the watch with that proprietary plug on it. That's interesting. Unfortunately, the wrist strap got the most of the acid damage, so that's unfortunate. But here is the watch. Oh, this one concerns me because this is definitely rechargeable. Yeah. So while we're here, let's at least plug this in. Maybe we get some signs of life on it. Okay, so that's plugged in. Oh, whoa! It's on! Charging through USB. Look at that! Oh, wow! Oh, this might actually work. Let me get some batteries for this. Okay. Oh, look at that. Save that. I don't want to lose the... Okay. Moment of truth here. Are the batteries in the right way? Oh, that's embarrassing. Maybe I'll edit that out. Okay, moment of truth here. Look at that! Oh, man, everything works. Everything works. Oh, man. Oh. It took a picture already. Oh, man, look at that. Is there... Okay. Oh, this is perfect. 8x digital zoom. Where'd my screen go? Okay, there's all kinds of options, but everything works. Everything works. Yes. So this is perfect. So now we know what we got to do, right? We gotta take some good pictures, or the best pictures we're gonna get out of the supposed 7 megapixel camera, and then we're gonna try this out. Oh, this is amazing. This made my day because I had a feeling, I read somewhere that this was just AAA batteries, so I wasn't too concerned about this, even if it did destroy itself on the inside. I could have cleaned it, but this is what really scared me. I was thinking, man, I'd have to take this apart, clean out the battery, and maybe hook it up to a benchtop power supply. But let's look here. That's an SD like slot. I slide it in on the bottom. Do I have one? Hold on. Let's see. I'm getting excited here. So, because I've never seen a digital camera take an SD card on the bottom like that. Usually it's like under the slot with the batteries go or something like that, but that is so cool. It ejects out. So you got your SD card slot there. That's mounted to a camera, like a tripod, USB video out, maybe some other option there, power shutter, and then options here. Oh. Okay, so I'm not gonna drag this part of the video out any further. I need to take some photos, fully charge this. Hopefully it actually takes the charge, and we'll see. So I took a couple pictures with the VistaQuest VQ700 as well as my iPhone 15. Obviously, it's not a fair comparison, but I want you to kind of see what these scenes would look like with a modern camera. Starting off with this building here, it's actually not too horrible. It's a little soft, right? I think the colors are a little neutral. The sky looks fairly good. It's not as blue as in the iPhone, but overall, this picture isn't too bad. Surprisingly, there's a good amount of detail with the shingles and the brickwork, but the color is just a little faded than what you see in real life or even on the iPhone. If we look at the rest of the golf course here, I'm actually really impressed with this photo. Yes, the greens aren't as green, the sky isn't as blue, but what really stood out is the details. If you look at the trees, still pretty good detail in the leaves, but especially the flags in the background. You can definitely see the stripes on the American flag in the middle there. This is a difficult lighting situation. Exposure is going to be an issue on this, even with the best cameras. Not pointing directly into the sun, but you see we're pointing pretty close to it. So it handled the lighting on this incredibly, incredibly well. Very happy with this. Um, the wine rack, on the other hand, not too impressed with this. The detail really isn't there. This is a really difficult lighting area. Even on the iPhone 15, it wasn't this bright. The phone kind of compensated it. You have a lot of reflections. You can kind of see the windows from the other side of the room going through. But what is nice, like I think the wood paneling came out pretty good. The wine bottles came out okay. Again, it's just not as sharp. Um, the white balance looks pretty good though. The labels are actually really nice. But there's just a lot of noise in this picture. Right, so this is another one I'm not as impressed with, and that may be actually my fault. I found out at this point that there actually was no camera shutter. Well, let me take it back. The camera lens has no cover for it, so it could have been smudged a little bit. I think that's why we lose some of the detail, especially around the face. It kind of blends in with the color of the brick. Again, this is a little difficult picture without external lighting, but doesn't look too bad. The exposure's pretty good, color's neutral. It's not the worst thing. I think this flower picture here, this is probably the worst, especially side by side comparison. Um, it's not as crisp. It's just kind of muted across all the colors there. The yellows don't look as yellow. The pinks don't look as pink. But for a early 2000s digital camera, especially a non-consumer one or a non-professional one, I think this isn't too bad. Finally, we look at this little lighthouse I have in my front yard here. Um, Pretty good, pretty good. Um, this actually, I think this is the best picture. I really do. The reds look good. The whites look good. The grass looks really good. It was taken in the shade, but it was still a very bright day outside. I think overall, this is a 7 to 8 out of 10 camera for pretty much everything. You're not going to get really sharp images, um, but it's very distinctive of a early 2000s digital camera. All right, well, I got my trusty Presario 700 here, which will be our main device for this. Before we get into it, I do want to comment. We'll adjust the focus here real quick. This lens is horrible. There is no shutter, cover, protection, anything. It's just a piece of plastic that covers it. So that could be part of our issues with some of the images, but pretty basic digital camera. I mean, it's not horrible, just pretty basic. Maybe we'll do a video later on of just this camera. Let me know in the comments below what you think, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the watch. Now, interestingly, when we plug it in, I, let me back up a little bit. There was a CD in here, right? I thought there was software on here to transfer over. No, what this software does is it just puts video and photo impression on the computer. That way you can edit photos and stuff like that. Not that impressive. I will back it up. But I was like, oh man, I can't get the camera, I can't get pictures on the watch. What's going on? But the moment I plugged it in, boom, all of the software is on that camera and Windows sees it. So then we go run the program and there it is. You see, I already put some photos on it already, but here's the photos. Came with these two of this woman here and this bear. And then here are my photos. If I want to, I can point it to a directory to add more photos over. Um, Once I add the directory, I can add photos themselves. Let's see if we can add something new. Let's do, what is this? Let's do this one here. No, I don't want that one. That's my old Christmas card. Clear. Let's do, you think I would have prepared for this, huh? There we go. Let's do our logo. Unsupported file format. Of course. You get the picture, right? You get the picture? There we go. So then we would batch it over. Now it is on the camera. I can also sync the time. Maybe I changed time zone. Maybe my watch completely died and didn't know the time where it was. And I can also just do a complete sync. So I can point it to a photo or point it to a directory and it'll synchronize all the photos. I'm actually hoping I didn't shoot myself in the foot and pointing it to an invalid directory and taking all these other photos off of it. But only one way to find out. So let's go back to the watch. There it is. Let's take off the sync cable. There is the picture of the woman. Oh, that turns it off. Let's cycle through. There's my logo. There's the lighthouse. There's the flowers. Look at that. Look at that. And then, we can go backwards and forwards on the pictures. So this one here will turn the screen on or off. Go back a picture, go forward a picture, and then this button over here that gives you your time. I can also have different, there's my calendar, right? So I'm filming this on 7:30 at 10:47. There's world time off because you want to save your battery, right? And there you go. Look at that. Let's see. Let's put this next to the Apple Watch. Oh, need to charge my Apple Watch. This is going to be a focus nightmare. But there you go. Look at that. The image quality isn't great, but there it is. We can cycle through. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I don't know why I would want this, even in 2008, other than a novelty. But pretty cool. And honestly, even if it was just a digital watch that had time like that and the calendar, that's pretty sharp. And I mean that two ways. Like the image is really sharp. It looks a lot better in person than it does on the camera. But nope, turned off. But it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Now the pictures themselves are not that vibrant and brilliant on here, but color saturation isn't the greatest. Contrast isn't the greatest. It's just not great in general, but there it is. That's the WristVu camera, or the WristVu watch. Oh man, this was fun. This was fun. I don't know. I'm not gonna wear this. I'm not gonna use this camera. This is just something pretty cool to have laying around to show friends. It's a nice little party trick. What did you think of this? Have you ever heard of this? Have you ever seen one of these? Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more, if you want to see this camera here. Oh, it fell down. It fell down. That's good. This is going to go in the RTOD archive. Pretty cool device. Definitely pretty impressive for the year it came out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll catch you next time.